the life and work of this congregation. Our congregation has been around for over 57 years. We began as a fellowship, part of the movement by the Unitarian Universalist Association and its predecessors to seed small congregations around the U.S., which were primarily lay-led. Between 1948 and 1967, Unitarianism saw a period of enormous growth, perhaps the most significant increases in numbers for any time in Unitarian, Universalist, or UU history. 1/3 of the people who came to this faith during those years came through the doors of newly organized fellowships. I can't speak for the original handful of folks who signed our fellowship membership book that long ago, but I can only imagine that they were moved by the compelling social and political realities of the day and their own spiritual and intellectual needs. Perhaps there were needs to create a safe space for themselves and their families to worship in new ways and explore spiritual questions outside of what was available locally. Today, we're here to review and reflect on what we've become in the many years since then. Thousands of people have passed through our congregation in the ensuing years, perhaps only briefly, to attend a funeral, a concert, a wedding, a child dedication. Many of us have become members and spent a lot of time here, contributing to the increasingly satisfying and complex life of this faith community, building it into a life-enriching and sustaining place it is today. In all of those years, we've been privileged to work with some great ministers, fine folks with wise words and steady choices who have helped guide our growth and development. In the 29 years I've been here, I've been thankful to share in the time and talent that they infused into the culture of this faith and this particular church. As thankful as I am for all of their history with us, I also know that none of these ministers was solely responsible for the growth here. They are not our church. We are the ones who make things work, who get jobs done, who love this place into being and flourishing week after week. Of course, the work of our congregation is never fully finished. As Heraclitus once said, you can never put your same foot in the same river twice. He didn't give it the southern accent, I did that. As we grow and change, our wider community and country have grown and changed as well, and our needs and desires for our place in the wider world have shifted too. As our membership and resources change, so does our ability to meet the present moment. I believe we are stronger living in community than when we are alone. This is the place where we fashion a greater accountability and hope for the vulnerabilities that we share. I cannot be disheartened very long when I see so many good souls working to make the world a better place, to make this congregation a stronger church. In this place, with these friends, and so many who've passed before, I have found what I call the river of giving and receiving. Whatever I've brought to this church community in the past 29 years, I've received so much more, so much more. In the light of all the loving kindness I've experienced here, I believe I've become a better human being, and there are not sufficient words to thank you for that. I agree with Mary Oliver that our souls are built out of attentiveness. We bring that attentiveness with us each week to nourish and refine it. And here we are with our history of heresy, our seeking souls, questioning minds, and our frequently wounded hearts, doing our best to heal our portion of a broken world in whatever small ways we can. And for all these processes, we have processes and we have committees. While it is surely true, as Reverend Alyssa mentioned last week, that no one ever joined a church to get on a committee, committees and teams are the way things get done around here. Many hands and brains really do make for lighter work, and this congregation holds many opportunities for all kinds of helping and work. As you may have noticed when you entered the building, there's all kinds of activity going on in the classrooms in Dobkin Hall this morning. And as Cammie mentioned, today is our annual committee fair. This is an opportunity for the various working parts of this growing spiritual community to show what you got. Everything from membership engagement to the caring committee, from the generous life team to social justice ministry. This is a chance for you to ask folks who work with and run these valuable groups within UUCW what it is they do and how it's done. Whether you're new to this congregation or you've been around a while, there's plenty to learn by taking a tour. We are also not above bribing you with food. You'll find there's a few treats out there. The goal is not just to inform, but also to inspire you to join in whatever way speaks to your abilities and wishes. Out of curiosity, when I was preparing for this morning's service, I thought I'd count how many people are involved in making any particular Sunday service happen. And for this morning, I counted about 50 people who gave their time and energy to creating music and setting the service up and making slides and other materials, and the RE teachers and the assistants, hospitality and the greeters and the welcome volunteers and the folks in the office and the technical support and the ushers and the verger responsibilities. And that doesn't count the dozen or so people who helped set up tables and the rooms at the back where our committees and teams are going to be situated. The fuel for all of this activity, all of this congregation, is love. I've said once or twice that our lives are the way we spend our love. I'm glad you're here, spending a bit of your love with this congregation this morning. And please, please stop by and say hi at the fair after the service. This ends my homily for the morning. Amen. So may it be.